And I hope you slept. It was a bit too hot to sleep in Cardiff, even with the rain. It didn't really cool it down that much, a little bit. So hope you're all managing with the heat, because it can be quite draining. So we're not doing a practice today to build heat. Our practice today is going to have a lot of yin elements. So yin being the feminine, being the cooler energy, the silver energy, silvery blue energy. Not the yang energy. So those are really Chinese kind of descriptions. So when we turn to yoga, we think of Chandra being the moon, and Surya being the sun, and the moon is the feminine energy and the sun is the masculine energy. Or we can think Loma, Viloma. Yeah, Loma, masculine, Viloma, feminine. Just that lots of people are familiar with yin and yang. So we're going to concentrate more on the feminine energy. So also you can think of pranic energy, the strong energy, the Surya, the sun energy, the life force. And you can think of apana, the opposite. Because we live in polarity, don't we, in life? We live in polarity sometimes in, well, always in yoga. We are electromagnetic beings. I held my iPad far too long last night because I just couldn't be bothered to get my stand. And I felt so much electricity, which didn't feel nice, coming from the iPad into my hands. My hands didn't like it. So we're going to do a cooling practice, but it's not to say you won't work. But we'll try not to stir up too much of the Agni, the fire, the Manipur chakra. Try not to stir up too much of the fire. So, you're in your nice yogic space. Your breath is smooth and even through the nostrils. Your mind is calm. And you're going to embrace your practice, thinking of the Pancha Koshas, the 5 bodies that we have. I don't mean 5 physical bodies, but we have layers. We are energetic beings, we are physical beings, we are psychological, emotional beings, we have an intelligence, and we have a bliss. All of those different things. Pancha Kosha. Pancha is 5, Kosha is layers. So we're never just one aspect, we are all of these different elements together. So we're going to do a beautiful practice to bring all of these things together this morning. So, starting with the hands at the heart, we're just going to open up to the wisdom of the gurus, the wisdom of the universe, the innate wisdom we have deep inside. Let's open up to it and acknowledge it by breathing in all the way up to the upper echelons of your existence, up towards the cosmos, up towards the universe. This is what we honor. We are always lifting upwards in yoga, trying to go deeper, trying to go higher up with our consciousness. Bring the energy back down onto the crown. Feel that the way it opens up the shoulders, broadens the collarbones, and through to the 3rd eye. Vishuddha chakra all the way down here to the throat and to the heart. Please point the energy down to your earthly body, your earthly existence, through the layers of the Manipur, the Swadhisthana, the Muladhara. And you bring it back up and you open again, breathing in, making a conscious effort to bring all of this energy in to your whole system. So reaching high for the energy, drawing it down to the crown, opening the chest, opening the elbows, all the way down to your center of insight, intuition, swadhyaya, self-contemplation, down to the throat, your center of communication, the heart, and then we point it downwards, all the way down. So we feel the robustness and the stability of taking the energy down. Try and feel the energy, back up to the heart, breathing in again. Stretch up for your day, for your life. This is the life you've got. There's no other life here. This is the one you've got now. If you believe in further lives, that's good, that's up to you. But this one you have to embrace fully, live it. Opening up the elbows, all the way down to the heart. And pointing down to your earthly realm, robustly on the floor, all the way down to your root. And you can bring the hands back up. And release your hands and release your legs. So there won't be that much work on the knees for those people who are worried about knees, have just recently suffered injuries, those things. Not too much, okay? I can't think we are going to be on the knees, no. Okay, so stretching out, I'm stretching out my feet in front of me. I have a small block behind me today. I feel I need it. You don't always need it. You can sit directly on the floor, on a blanket. And we're just going to point the feet and then flex the toes back. We'll do that together a few times. So we're breathing in to point them away and really go for kind of ballet feet. Open up those joints and bring the feet back. I'm breathing in and out and in and out. And we're going to sort of alternate it. So you're going to point the right one away, and you know the knees bend a bit as you're doing it. So you know whatever sort of rhythm. It's not a perfect thing. We're not looking for perfection. Just want you to flex and point and bend the knees front and back. And I've lost my rhythm because I'm talking too much. And bring the legs. We're just going to take a gentle opening of the knees and the hips. Okay, so not much. Okay, so bring the feet together. I just want to, we're going to be using the pelvic area a lot. You know, we're going to stretch the legs, nice long deep stretches. So I just want to start. So bringing the feet together. You may not get the knees to the floor. It may never happen in your lifetime. It's got a lot to do with the way you're constructed as opposed to your personal ability. You know, the anatomy has the same body parts, but everyone is slightly different in what they can achieve and not achieve. I mean, I can dance, but I'm not, you know, professional. So try and press a little bit on the knees. Just gentle stretch for the groin and the inner thighs and the hips. But we're just softening up here. We're not going too far too soon. Good. And I'd like you to bring your left foot forward and stretch out the leg. So when you're stretching out the legs here, I'd like you to feel that the leg is really active. So it's working, okay? And the toes are pointing up. And I just want you to grip onto the right knee. And you may be a little stiff initially, but we will open up and just flick the feet out. Try not to lean back too much. You know, try and have the shoulders open, nice straight back. And maybe you can rotate the ankle one way. You feel it in the thigh and the other way. And you might feel it even in the shin. I do feel it always in my shin and even in the calf. Just getting everything going and shake it out and bring it down. we're going to do the other side. So drawing up the knee as high as you can, and it may not come very high initially. You know, by the end of the class you will be far more open, okay, and you might get the knee right up to your nose. So flick out the foot, and this is yoga, it's a practice, and rotate. You know, you don't do it once and then it's forever, it's okay. We have to practice. And in practicing, it's not like, oh God, you know, I've got to do it again. Sometimes it's like that. It was yesterday for me when it was so sunny, and shake out the leg. But it's more of, you know, besides helping to prevent suffering and illness and ill health and dis-ease, it's about making you feel better. You know, I feel better after my yoga, no doubt about it. And that's worth, you know, even if you don't cure, you know, cancer or whatever these horrible diseases can be, it's not a cure. It's about creating space for healing and change. And as a result, sometimes, you know, healing will occur, and you can call it a cure. It seems to be a medical term to always be looking for a cure. Put your hands facing back. I'm just going to stretch up the chest. So you're just rolling the shoulders up and back and stretch out the chest. And just press the hands into the floor behind you, giving your shoulders a stretch as well. You can point the legs away. You're bringing the shoulder blades together a little bit here. Just a little bit, okay? Okay, I want you to lengthen and strengthen the left leg and bend the right knee, and you can either, and it's a choice, and you know, for me I'm a bit stiff in the mornings, yeah, my hemochromatosis, this blood thing I have, you know, it does stiffen me up overnight. Lots of things stiffen you up, arthritis, whatever. And just bring the right knee out to the floor and the right foot to the inner thigh, and just gently bounce out the knee. This is about just loosening up, waking up, excuse me, the hip. Okay, so you can bring the foot onto the inner thigh, or you can bring it up onto the left thigh. I can do that usually later on in the practice, not usually first thing. And then we're going to sort of make sure that we are facing over the straight leg. So breathe into the side and breathe out, yeah? And just reach forward. So you're not coming all the way down, I just want you to reach forward and come up. And you should be more central, you know, your body should be central over the left leg. And we're just going to do like a gentle massage. So you can either use your thumbs into the thigh or the pads of your fingers. And we're just going to kind of gently bounce, just massaging, just squeezing, or you can press on the thigh. Obviously not the knee, avoid the knee at all costs. And you're just bouncing, you're folding from the hips. You're feeling as though you're coming forward over the left foot, not to the middle here, yeah? Nice stretch. If you feel that the knee is too high off the floor, get something, a cushion, you know, let it rest on something. All the way to the foot, breathing in here, come up, and breathing out, lean forward. So you're folding forward and down as far as you can. Could be the shin, could be the ankle, could even be the thigh if you feel stiff. Breathing in. And one more time, stretch it out. Come down with a long back, using the whole spine. And wherever you land, land. Breathe in, look forward. And breathe out. Bring the chest towards the foot. Breathe in, look forward, and come up. Okay. So, quite a deep stretch already, but take it easy, you know, working. You look at your legs now, probably your right leg will look a bit longer. Work to your own limitations, and if you're feeling, the warm weather can make us, you know, more flexible, so just be mindful of that. The muscles will be warm. I'm bringing up the left foot against the right leg, and as I say, if you feel your knee is too high from the floor and it's too much of a flexion, bring the foot lower down so you haven't got that acute flexion, or you can rest the knee on a block or a cushion. So we come to the middle, the sort of between the knee and the long leg, we come to the middle, we're breathing in here, and then we're twisting so we feel we're facing forward. Then breathe out just halfway, stretch, and breathe in, come up, and you're folding from the hips, remember. And then you're putting your hands onto your thighs, chin is bouncing forward, chin is bouncing forward, pressing down onto the thigh, avoiding the knees, and giving yourself a little bit of a massage. Down to the foot, stretch, breathe in here, come up. Now breathe out, see if you can go further forward and you're having a long thoracic spine. Land wherever you land, it doesn't matter where. Breathe in, look forward, so your chin is up here, so you're trying to stretch out the back from the lower back right up to the top of the thoracic spine. So your chin, you're looking up first of all, then you're breathing out, gradually drawing the belly back, and you come forward. Come forward, not down. Breathe in, look forward. Breathe out, belly back, come forward. Breathing in, and see if you can really stretch from the lumbar, the hips are folding. Now breathe out, pull it back. Breathe in, it's a big stretch, so take it easy, take it easy. And out you come. Take a sip of water, keep hydrated, bounce up the legs, bounce up the legs. If you feel happier with the pelvis tilted up a little, lifted up a little, then sit on something. It might make things more accessible. I don't really like to encourage you to lean against the wall, even if these practices are difficult. You know, we're trying to establish and nurture a strong, straight back. Okay, so I'm going to keep my legs long, and I'm going to reach down. I'm going to bend my right knee now, reach down to my right toe. Now, some people can catch their right toes like in their peace fingers, yeah, and just stretch it out forward. That's what we're doing, just stretching it out. If you can't get all the way down there, you can hold behind your knee or somewhere else that is good for you, because you're still doing the work. So we're going to do 3 breaths like this. So I'm bringing my knee up, my foot is being held by my toes, breathing in, I'm going forward, not up, and release. Breathing in, see if you can stretch it out, and release. Breathing in here. These practices can be done standing, so we're practicing for these kinds of balancing postures, and bring it back. Now my fingers always slip on my big toe, so I'm going to change my hand this time. As it happens, I can bring my hand to underneath my toes, but you don't have to do that, as I've said. Use under the knee. You're still using your thigh, you're still using your muscles. So this time I'm bringing my leg up a bit higher, breathing in and breathing out. And don't worry if the knee comes to the side, mine will, because if I go like this, my arms are very short and I find it quite hard. I can just about manage it. Do whatever you like. Breathing in and out, and breathing in. Stretch as much as you can, even if the knee doesn't straighten. You know, try not to lean back too much. And out. And just bounce out the leg. You might want to shake out the hands, wiggle the fingers if they felt the strain. Good. We're going to do the other side to that degree. Okay. So first of all, I'm bringing my knee up. I'm bringing my peace fingers to my big toe because I can manage it for the lower ones. Here. So breathing in. I just want to stretch out. Just as without leaning, without going with it. Do you know what I mean? So I don't want to stretch and I'm bending over. I want to stretch with my back straight. Yeah? And your out breath is bending back. So let's do 3. Breathing in and out. Every contract around the Manipura chakra, breathing in and out. And in and out. You can just drop your foot and shake out your hands. I find it more work on my fingers than anything else, to be honest. We're all different. So I'm going to use more of my hand under my toes now, okay? So I'm breathing in because I want to lift the leg higher. Gives me more of a grip, that's all, especially in hot weather. Breathing in, I'm bringing it a bit higher. And out. Trying not to slip back. You know, there's a tendency you can put your right hand on the floor slightly behind. Breathing in, stretch it up. Some of you getting it over your head, I guess. Come on, and out. And last time, nice and straight with the back. Up you come. And down. Good. And stretch it out. Now this time, if it's possible, it might not be possible, but we can have a go, because we can do really well by just going in, you know, stages. Okay? Without using the hands particularly on the foot, I just want you to bend in the knee and stretch it out from here. Yeah. Press the hands into the thigh and press the thigh into the hands. So you have a kind of isometric practice going on. And release. And that's just going to do that once on either side. Okay. Bring in the hands under. Breathe in here. Breathe out and stretch to whatever your limit is, but see if you can really press the thigh into the hands and the hands into the thigh. Really stretch the back of the leg. Try not to lean back. Try to relax the shoulders. I know there's a lot going on with it. And then release. Good. Okay, so this time, if it's possible, yeah, I want you to bring the feet as close to the butt as possible. Flexion might be too much for some people, so you may be there. All right, it doesn't matter. Whatever you are, you are. I'm going to see if I can bring mine under, and I'm going to breathe in and stretch as much as I can. Sorry, you can't really see me on the side. Stretch right as much as I can towards my knee. Knee toward nose, okay? I'm breathing out. Breathing in. See if you can push it away and bring it up. Bring the belly back. So you come closer. And out. We're doing one more like that. Take it easy. If this is a practice that is quite a struggle for you because of knees and thighs, go as far as you can. Hold under the knee is fine. Breathing in. And out. And just coming back like this so you don't hurt your back. So hands behind, pull the shoulders up. Just taking a little, you can bring the head back if you like. And the other side. We'll be coming to our back soon, okay? So one side might be easier to do than the other. Making sure you feel strong and straight, wide collarbones. Don't start from a slumped position. I know you have to get your grip first. Breathing in and out. In and out. When you breathe out, bring the belly back. Breathing in, lengthen, expand. Breathing out, contract the belly gradually. Okay, and the last one like this. So we're going to do a forward fold just to relieve back a bit. Open the legs as wide as you can, but not beyond what comfort is. Okay, so I'm going to take my specs off. I'm starting to sweat already. So my elbows are off the floor at the moment. I'm really engaging my legs. My toes are pointing up. I want to breathe in with my chin lifting forward. And I want to breathe out. Bring my belly back. Bring the belly back. Just stretch. Good, and that's all we're doing there, just giving ourselves a little stretch before we do the final one sitting up. So, If you feel your back is a bit taking a lot of pressure, we're just going to come onto the back just to relieve the back a little bit before we do the final one. Because if your core is not strong or your legs are, not as strong as you'd like them to be and there's a lot of tightness, I don't want to take the leg lifting in the back. Okay, so let's just come down for a little roll on the back. So, that's good. Bringing the knees up so that the spine really has the best chance to be completely onto the back. I'm just going to roll side to side. I've got a bit of pain under my right scapula. I'm not sure what it is. Sometimes that can be part of even of digestion. You can get a pain under your right shoulder that has started in the gastric system, digestive system, or it can be you slept out, which might be with me because I wasn't asleep for long last night with the heat. And just rolling your knees around in a circle and the other way. Good. And coming over onto your side, or if you want to rock forward, that's fine too. And we're just going to do one more thing with the legs in this position. Okie dokie. So I'm going to have my left leg nice and long. I'm reaching down for the inside of my foot on the right hand side. I'm actually going to put my hand on the instep on the right side, okay? Because what I want to do is open out. So breathing in, open out, and you do it whichever way suits you. I'm breathing out and in and out and in here. Stretch it, stay open, try and sit upwards, try and sit up and out, and bring it back down. Just stretch it out. Now before we do the left leg, what I want to do is pick up the right foot with the left hand if you can, okay? So you can bend the knee as much as you like in order to reach your foot. And hold it wherever it feels good. You're going to draw it across. So don't come too far with it. You're going to get a much bigger stretch of the back of the leg, so you may need to keep it bent quite a bit. If you can, stretch it out, coming across. Now my left leg is really like ramrod straight, and it's active. It's keeping me stable, okay, because this leg is in the air. I'm breathing in, right shoulder open into the twist. Breathing in and twist. Bring the belly across. One more time, breathing in and twist. So you're twisting against the stretch, okay? Bring the leg back and shake it out, and shake out your fingers. Keep all those fingers moving nicely. And then the left side. So I'm going to bring my hand to the inside. You can bring it to the outside, whatever is good for you. It helps me to externally rotate my thigh. So breathing in, keep the right leg really strong. Keep it strong. And out. So you have stability. Sit tall. Come out of you. Don't slump. Breathe in. Stretch away. And back. And one more time. Stretch it out. And back. Now, swap hands. So left foot goes into right hand. Left hand comes behind. Okay, and the shoulders are starting to open. Breathe in and stretch. Left leg one might be easier than the other. And you're crossing it over, so right leg straight. Breathe in and twist on the out. So you feel, I feel my belly. I know I've got a belly. Stretching along the thigh. Breathe in, sit tall. Breathe out. Twist. Beautiful spinal twist and also a stretch. So you're stretching your hands, your feet in one direction, and you're twisting in another. Okay? Breathe in and come back. And bounce it out. And guess what? You're coming to the floor. So come and lie on the floor. Grab a belt or a towel or something. We're going to use it. I'm just taking my tea because I didn't take it before. Yum. Yum, yum, yum. So lying on your back on the floor, you can draw your knees in for a little bit of comfort break if you need it. But do some nice work with the legs. So I'm just going to get rid of my clutter so I have enough room. I'm going to come like this, I think. Okay, so first of all, making sure all of your weight is nicely on the floor, nice long legs, nice long arms alongside the body, nice and straight, and notice where your back is. We need to just make sure the back is into the floor. So breathing in, fill up and lengthen your spine, and breathing out, gradual contraction of the belly so that your spine, your lower back, is on the floor. This is where you need to be. So let's try again. You can try with the pelvis tilt so you know what you're doing. So breathing in, press the tailbone down and you feel that the arch is increased. Breathing out, you tilt your hips up slightly so that the belly is flattened. And try and do that without the tilt now. So breathing in and breathing out. Good. So we're just going to take a long body stretch because we've been sitting up a while. Breathing in, arms over. And press the feet away and breathe out and stretch. Really stretch. So you get the full length of your spine, everything stretching and release. We're going to do that 3 times, another twice. Breathing in and breathing out. Actively stretch while pulling your tummy in so it's almost concave. And release. One more time like this. Breathing in, stretch. Breathing out, pointing away. You can flex the feet if you want to stretch the back of the legs. And release. So we're going to do some leg lifting. So the Palavini series, which works with the pelvis. And also it's really quite strengthening. So nice long legs firm on the floor. Pelvis, you want to try and keep it stable and aligned. So, you know, both hip points are pointing up at any one time. You're not rocking from side to side. Nice flat belly, nice long legs. Breathing in, float the right leg up. And you're floating, you're not swinging, and get to wherever your 90 degrees is. And breathing out. Very simple work, but very effective. Good place to start with building strength around the pelvis and the core. Breathing in. My legs are strong here. They are not relaxed. Nothing is relaxed. And breathing out. Keep the belly flat. Push through the toes. And it's slow. It's at least the count of 6, probably more. Breathing in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathing out. 2, 3. Strength. 4, 5, 6. It's probably 8 actually. And release. Release. Notice the difference between the legs. Nice and strong. Straighten up, please. Activate the legs. Back is into the floor. Belly is flat. Breathing in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In. Make it work for you. If you think this is easy, really stretch the legs and really press the belly into the spine and really, really strengthen the thighs. So it's not easy, you're not swinging with momentum. Breathe in. Use your breath and out. And let it go. let it totally go. We're going to do a little bit of work for the right and left brain, bringing those into balance, yeah? So right brain operates left body, okay? Left brain operates right body, okay? So we're going to try doing that. A little bit of coordination, a bit of stimulus for the brain, always good. Not just working with the body, working with everything. So we're going to breathe in, left leg comes up, right hand, maybe it can touch, maybe not. Breathing out, all the way down. Actually, let's lift the hand up actually with the head next time. So breathing in and breathing out, arm goes behind because it'll give us a nice stretch. It's a bit more work. Really stretch it out. Breathing in and out. Keep the right leg strong. Everything is strong, nothing is relaxed here. Bring the right arm down alongside the body. Breathing in. You can lift your, put the left arm over your head first, yeah? So breathing in, left arm lifts, right leg. Breathing out. See if you can lengthen your limbs with this focus. Lengthening your limbs. Breathing in. So you don't shrink when you get old, you get taller if you practice yoga. My mother's disappearing, but God bless her, she's so tiny now. Breathing in and out. And please relax. So you're in your kind of Shavasana posture in between. Good. Now, if you have a belt handy, use it. If you don't have to use it. You know, I mean, you don't have to use it. I don't always use it. It's just that if you do have tight hamstrings, and it is quite hot today, you don't want to put too much effort into holding the weight of the legs. So if you have a belt, it can be quite nice, okay? So we're going to put the belt or the towel or the scarf, whatever you might have going on, under the ball of the foot. Just about there. Bend the knee. And don't think about using the arms too much, okay? The arms are obviously holding the belt, but you're not going to strain the shoulders. And please, just gently holding onto the belt, press the heel to the sky. And it can be, you know, sort of 90 degrees to start with, all right? Left leg is really, really strong and long. And relax a minute. So holding your leg up in the belt is not that much work for the core, but we're trying to lengthen legs and work with the pelvis and give a bit more of range of movement with the hips, okay? So if you held your leg like this for a few minutes without holding a belt, you would feel it in your core, okay? So we're going to breathe in here, and as we breathe out, we're drawing the leg closer to us. So we're not lifting the head at the moment, okay? You can also do this by putting your hands behind your thigh or your knee, like this. Yeah, that's fine too. Breathe in, breathe out. Allow that release and the belly to go back. Breathing in here, breathing out. Bring it closer. I'm going to get rid of my belt now actually, once you don't get the metal in your face. Breathing in and out. So as you breathe out, you're drawing it towards you and your belly is flat and your left leg is long. So now this time, okay, just let it happen. Let it get there. This time we're breathing in. And as I breathe out, I'm coming up. Okay. I'm going to stay there a while. I'm going to breathe in here. And I'm going to breathe out. Just drawing my belly back gets me closer. I'm not doing anything else. I'm not pulling my leg. I'm holding it. Might look like I'm pulling, I'm not. Breathe in and out. Good. And let the leg come down and take a rest. Because you know, it is hot. It is hot. Ah, that's good. Notice the sensation sensations in the right leg, even in the foot, the knee, the thigh, up as far as the hip. Good. Now strengthen your right leg. If you feel that you need to bend the right knee and that gives you more support, then do so. I haven't said that on the other side, but it may be right for you, okay? Okay, so I'm going to just lift my left leg up. I'm just going to leave it there a minute. I haven't got the belt this time. It's up to you if you want to use it. I'm just going to stay there for a while until my leg gets used to it, my hip is knowing what I'm doing. I can feel my knee clicking a bit, you know. Honestly, I sound like Tin Man sometimes with my knee. Breathing in here, breathing out. I'm going to draw the leg towards me, but I'm not going to strain, just stretching here. Breathing in, breathing out, bringing my belly back, breathing in, breathing out, trying to just concentrate on my belly, not on anything else, not pulling, breathing in, breathing out. And this leg is a little bit stiffer for me because I tend to protect my damaged knee, you know. So I'm always, I don't consciously do it, but it just seems to happen in my body. So I'm going to breathe in this time. And when I breathe out, I'm coming up. Right leg is long and strong. I'm just drawing the leg towards me, breathing in, breathing out. Draw the belly back, breathing in and out, and in and out. Okay, let's just bend the knees in, bring the toes together, and just a little wide knee action going on. Hopefully the hips might start to feel a bit more kind of melty, and then go the other way. Good. So I'm going to straighten my left leg, but you could keep the knee bent if you like. And I'm going to put my belt on this time. So I'm stretching up with my heel coming up towards the ceiling and my toes coming as though they're coming to my nose. Now, if you do have a yoga belt, there's metal on the end. Obviously, just be careful. What I don't want you to do is grip this belt as though your life depending on it. This is just helping us with the weight of the leg. Okay? So I'm going to kind of make it quite long. I'm not really going to hold up here. And I'm not going to hurt my shoulder. I'm not going to tense my shoulder. I'm going to wrap it around so I've got a good grip on it. So it's nice and long. Left leg stays firm and the left hip stays down. If you lift the left hip up, you're not stretching the right hip. Breathing in here, you're rolling. Breathing out, allow the left hand to stay on the right hip. I mean, if we had sandbags, we could put them there. And allow the right foot just to come out. You don't have to drop it to the floor. I mean, it might come to the floor. It's a very deep stretch if it comes to the floor. And you're trying to make sure that the foot is pointing up towards your shoulders. It's not pointing down. So it's quite high up the body, the foot. Yeah, it's not down here. It might be if that's your range of motion. So keeping the hand on the left hip so that it doesn't roll. Now, if you've got the foot to the floor and the hip is rolled up, you're not, you know, that's not it. Try and keep the foot, hip on the floor. Breathing in and out and let the stretch happen. And then you're going to breathe in and bring it back up. Okay, I think I need to shift on my mat a bit. Hold the belt in the left hand, and this time you are rolling off the hip off because you're crossing over. Bringing the right foot down to the other side. Now I need to move from my radiator. Mine probably will come to the floor with me. It doesn't have to, you've got your belt, okay? Because I want you to see if you can keep your right shoulder engaged. Alright? So you're going to feel it in the right outside hip. You might feel it at the back of the knee, you might feel it in the hamstrings. You're also having a little spinal twist. Just twist your bellies, will be twisted. Your right shoulder open, looking towards your right hand. And breathe in to lift it up. Breathe in to lift it up. And then drop the belt. Be careful, you don't hurt yourself. Then bend the left knee. Bring your right arm over your head. Bring it down along the inside of your right leg. Not everyone can do this. They hold somewhere else, under the knee maybe. But see if you have now the space to hold on the outside of your right foot for half happy baby pose. So keep the back on the floor. You don't want to wobble to one side. Breathing in here. Breathing out. Let the knee draw down to the floor. We're just doing 3 breaths. Breathing in and breathing out. And breathing in and out. Good. And just see if you can bring the knees up, toes together, knees wide, and just a few rotations, so the knees are going away from each other and then they're coming together. And just notice what you feel in that right side of your pelvis. And I'm going to lengthen my right leg. As I said, you can bend the knee and keep the foot on the floor if that is easier for you. And that's where you are today, okay? So bringing the left foot up. Mine is coming into the butt. There we go. Nice long leg. And I'm not going to hold it too high up. Okay. I'm thinking about my right hip being down. This is the sort of litmus test. You can in some yoga studios get those sandbags. I did have one. I haven't got one in Glandoor, but I haven't ordered one for you because they're too heavy to come in the post. Heel up, toes to nose. Breathing out. Bring it away from your body. Maybe one side is a bit more open. Keep the hip down on the floor. Keep the right hip down on the floor. So when I look up, I'm looking at the ceiling. I'm not, looking over towards the left. Breathing in here. Breathing out, pull the tummy back. Let the stretch happen. Try not to grip the belt. I know it can be difficult to hold a belt if you're holding one hand. You don't have to hold a belt. You can practice without them. And there's a lot of people that don't like to use props, but I know the people I'm working with as well, my students, and I think that it's important for you to feel that it's comfortable and safe. Breathing in. And then holding in the right hand. As you breathe out, just let it come across, let it come across, let it come across. And maybe it comes all the way, but I don't want it to come all the way at the expense of the left shoulder. So you draw the foot towards the midline. It's not, the foot is going out, but it's not pointing down to the lower body. You want to try and point it up. And then if you want to, see if you can turn the head towards the left. Mine won't go all the way because this tightness I've got in my shoulder today. A few breaths. Enjoy the twist around the belly. All the way from, I can feel it all the way to the back of my hip, my lumbar, a little bit in the glutes. My hamstrings are bendy anyway, I don't feel it there. Feel it at the back of the knee. One more breath. And please breathe in to bring it up, and try to use the leg, not the arms, okay? If you can use the leg strength. Good. And we're going to bring the right knee up onto the floor and get hold of the outside of your left foot. So my foot is flat towards the ceiling. Some people just haven't got, it's in the hips it is. They're so tight here they can't get the foot up. So you might be able to get it up a bit by holding the back of the knee. So whatever is good for you. Arm is down the front body though. Yes, it's not around the side. Front body, then you creep it to the foot. And then the foot is on the ceiling. My shoulders are not straining. I feel quite comfortable here. My knees are deeply bent. Breathing in, breathe out. Sink that left knee. Soften it, breathing in and out. In and out. I'm just trying to get the knee to the floor. It might get there one day. Who knows? Maybe not. Doesn't matter. We are trying. That's the main thing. And you can release. And I would say it would be quite nice now to bring the knees in tight, yeah? And just circle the knees together. And I'm going sort of right around, you know, I'm going on my side and everything. I just want to feel nice and yummy. Go around the other side. Good. And place the feet on the floor. And just take a breath there. Just want to check the time because I'm not brilliant with my timekeeping. So we're going to do some bridge work, and hopefully it'll feel quite nice because the hips are nice and, I don't like to say open, but they're feeling a bit more fluid. Okay. So bringing the feet towards the hands, bringing the hands towards the feet. Make sure your knees are pointing up but forward, okay? They're not pointing out. And we're just going to do some simple bridge poses. So make sure your arms are just alongside the body and everything feels quite connected with the floor. And the main component of your bridge pose before you lift up, before you do anything, is the connection through the feet on the floor. The more you press through the floor, the more spring you'll have to lift up, okay? You'll have more, a kind of rebound effect, okay? So pressing the feet into the floor, thinking about pressing the tailbone towards the pubic bone, breathing in, peel up off the floor. And see if you can get as high as you can, onto the shoulders a little bit maybe, and breathing out, come back down. We're just doing twice more, just to warm up this area of the body. Breathing in, press the feet. Notice when you press the feet, how you get a little extra help. Knees come forward, they're coming forward, they're pointing forward really. Butt comes up to the pubic bone, hips lift. You can squeeze the buttocks if you need to. I don't particularly, it happens naturally, but I don't squeeze intentionally. And all the way down, sort of caterpillar track for your spine. And we'll do one more time. So press the feet. So if you did nothing else, your butt's coming off the floor. You're pressing the feet. And then you sort of change a little bit. Up you come. Now bring your hands together under your back if you can. So you're moving the arms in, and then bring the bottom down on the hands. If you don't want to squash the arms too much, but I just want you to see if you can get your elbows in a little bit, okay? So see if you can hold the hands, breathe in and lift up, and see if you can. I'm going to kind of wiggle from side to side so I can really push my hands down on the mat, really pushing up. I'm pressing with my feet. Push down, it's quite strong. Push it down. And then you can release the hands if you like and come out. And take a breath there. Take a breath. We're going to come up again, and if you can, I mean, we're going one step further. If you can get your hands under your hips or sort of to the side of your buttocks or something, so you can lift up and have a little bit of a higher bridge pose, we'll try it. If not, just come up in your normal way. Bridge is not a favourite of mine, even though I practice it quite regularly. I don't know why, I never have ever really liked it. I think it's quite challenging for me, okay? Even though I've got strong legs. I'm going to breathe in and come up as high as I can, and then I'm going to see if I can bring my hands, my elbows are on the floor, so don't, try not to hurt your elbows, pressing your feet there. This is when people sometimes get cramps in their feet, so maybe you need to wiggle your toes, squeeze them, scrunch them. I'm going to come up onto my tiptoes and pushing my hips up. Okay, my chin is into my sternum a little bit, and I'm going to lift my knee and stretch. Okay, I'm breathing out, I bring it down, pushing into the toes, lifting up the buttocks. See if you can lift them up. Breathing in, stretch it out. If not, just do ordinary bridge. Breathing out, bring it down, but don't collapse because you're on your tippy toes. Open the hands out, come all the way down, and then hold the knees and rock. Rock from side to side. Give yourself some comfort. Our last pose is Matsyanasana, fish pose. It's not a practice that I don't always weave this into my practices. Again, I think sometimes there can be a subconscious avoidance for things that are not particularly comfortable for you. And used to practice this a lot, and I need to start practicing it more. It's about the chest, it's about the breathing, it's about the heart. And some people don't find it challenging at all. So I'm going to just start with my legs long. My hands and my arms are really close, even my hands just gently under my buttocks almost. Okay, so I'm going to breathe in, lift up onto my elbows as I see if I can bring my chest up. So my chest is up and my head's down. What I think I have a problem with is getting my crown to the floor. So pressing into the elbows, pressing into the forearm, let the head hang, chest open. It can be helpful to have a bolster under the back sometimes. Now people who can get their crown down don't have a problem. Maybe I've got a short neck, I'm only little. Press it down, breathing in and release. Okay, so we need to make sure the neck is okay. Okay. Fish pose. Notice how it makes you feel after it. It might be a bit tricky around the neck and shoulders for some people because they hunch their shoulders as opposed to opening, broadening the chest, pushing into the forearm and the elbows. So I'm going to breathe in to my right and breathe out to my left. I'm rolling my head gently side to side to make sure there's no tension left. Breathing in to the right, breathing out to the left. One more time, in to the right and out to the left. Now if any of you have a bolster or pillows at home and you want to put your legs in the air for your relaxation, then do so. That can be really nice. Or come into your general Shavasana, body on the floor, for your relaxation. So even though we didn't sort of move through any vinyasa or flow, and it was mainly a floor practice, you have stretched your body, you have started to open the chest, we've done some back bends, we've worked with the pelvis, and we've also worked with the energetic body, the pancha kosha. So time for rest now, no more practice. Lie down with your bones heavy on the floor, flesh spreading, eyes closed, skin smooth, breath smooth and even. No more practice, just letting go. Allowing the practice to sink into your system. Shavasana is corpse pose, do nothing, just be present, remain conscious, in stillness, alert and still. Wherever you are in your breath cycle, draw your knees to the chest on an inhalation. Maybe you can hug the knees. Maybe you need to move, maybe you don't. Maybe you need to rotate the ankles or release the hands so you can rotate the wrists. Bring in an aliveness back into your body. Come over to either side, which suits you best today. Just take a few moments there. Before you come to seated position. But be slow, be gentle. There's absolutely no rush. Keeping your eyes closed. Please just pay attention to how you feel. The quality of the physical body. The the mind and the breath. Is there something different post-practice to pre-practice? Do you feel better or do you feel worse? Do you need to rest now? Or do you feel full of life? Every practice of every day can be totally different. Sometimes we need to rest radically. More and more I'm moving towards the more relaxing practices to allow people the space to heal. They don't give themselves time to heal. So understanding better what your individual needs and what you expect from yoga, what you want from yoga, can really help you become more discerning. You know, using your prefrontal cortex to make choices and become discerning. Not just doing what you think you should do, but what you actually feel passionate about doing. So stepping into that realm of self-discovery, curiosity, self-care. Taking care of yourself is so important. Not ignoring the niggles, not ignoring the voices that speak truth to you and you just decide you don't want to listen today. Please join your hands at your heart. We've practiced throughout COVID. It's only been a couple of glitches. And throughout the whole of my networks, I have shared many practices so that we are physically distanced, but we are not socially distanced. It's a physical distance. Does not need to be a social distance. So staying connected, staying in community, staying together in whatever medium is available to us at that time is a good thing. There's nothing, we can do about not being in the same physical space at the moment. Some friends of mine are going back to physical teaching in September. I'm not so sure. I love it, but I don't think I'm quite ready for that. It's a big responsibility. And lots of places are not set up for it. They're afraid. It's a great shame. But we can be here. We can be here together. So thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for taking part in the practices. I'm not going to take them down. They'll stay there. So let's just close this practice with honor and gratitude for each other. And we're going to chant 3 Oms. You can join in or just listen if you like to. Big breath in. Breathe in. Breathe in. and have a lovely day. Have a lovely rest of the summer. As you know, I managed to get a YouTube channel up and I'm just starting to populate it. I was trying to edit till 1 a.m. last night because it doesn't come easy. But also when you use different platforms, things are different. So it is quite time consuming. I think that my future teachings will be through YouTube, whether it's through, I'll put lots of different classes up anyway for everybody to have a go, and then maybe we can do some kind of private classes that I send a link for. And also this Sunday, I'm doing my sharing is caring. I'm definitely doing it, and it'll be at 9:30, and I will continue to do that, and I may send recordings sometimes, but I will be there at 9:30. Last week we did shoulders. I think the week before we did knees. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing this week, but it will be from a therapeutic perspective again. So it won't be power yoga, so if that's what you like, it won't be power yoga. But we will get increasingly stronger with it as we move on. So I will send out the link for the YouTube. What happens with YouTube is you can't go live, well you can go live, but you can't go live on an iPad or a mobile device until you have 1,000 subscribers, which could take me forever. But you can go live from your computer. So I'm hoping to bring in my, it's not a laptop, it's an iMac, and try it from there. So I will test it first, and I will let everybody know. I'll be posting about that probably tomorrow. Okay, so thank you, my darlings. Have a lovely time. I'm having 2 weeks off now, and you will hear from me anyway on a Sunday, even during my time off. I want to continue with that work. Okie dokie, thank you.